All right, all right. Welcome everybody to today's training. I am stoked to be sharing this tactic, this strategy with you guys, and we're going to be getting right into it. And I just edited my the beginning of my slides because when I was chatting with people at the beginning, a lot of people said that they haven't really checked out the Digital Triggers blog. So how many of you guys have not really spent much time looking at digitaltriggers.io, our blog? Give me a 0 in the chat if you haven't really spent much time checking that out. Holy cow, man, that's nuts. All right, so guys, we pour a ton of value into the blog. Okay, a lot of people are saying shame, shame. I've been there. I spent a lot of time there. So guys, we give away probably more than most people are charging you guys stuff for. So a lot of questions before the call came in about PBNs. We just did like a 5-6 part series on building private blog networks, all for free. Before that, we did a contest where our students got over 100,000 first page video rankings in 6 days, right? We have a SEO proposal template and a sales system that we use and that we shared with you guys. And this one training on there gives us about 1 or 2 testimonials a week. Full of people that are going out and landing big deals and their first deals, people that are brand new, people that have been around for a long time. Like this guy, Joel, just landed 2 clients, he told me about a week ago, in 2 weeks for $8,000 a month in recurring. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this link in the chat. http://digitaltriggers.io. So guys, check that out. You guys will absolutely love it. All right. So who here has gotten some value out of digital triggers, right? You've looked at a strategy, you've looked at the technique, you saw our case study, and then you went and executed and got a result. Give me 1. Holy shit. Okay. So you guys see this hat that I have on right here, the digital triggers hat? I want to do something cool. I want to give away, let's do 5, Ryan, of these hats. We got so many people that said that they've gotten results. So here's what we're going to do. First 5 people that give us a testimonial, the result that you guys got, whatever it was. You picked up a client, you charged the client more, you upsold a client, you got video rankings, no matter what it is. The first 5, we're going to give away digital triggers hats to, all right? Just provide the details in the chat. And so Ryan, if you would just watch that, man. I know a bunch of people are typing in. Corey just made 4K selling call tracking. All right, cool. So guys, just post those down in there. Make sure to post details. Ryan's going to grab your information and we'll follow up with you guys at the end of the call. So my attendees list is showing publicly. Yeah, that's okay. Let's go ahead and change that. All right, so Ryan, just make sure you pick out the top 5 in there, and let's get this thing started. All right, so before we start real quick, I was on a webinar the other day, and it was for our students, and by the end of the call, I realized that a lot of people on the call didn't know how to get a hold of us. Okay, so how many of you guys know how to get a hold of our team? You know our phone number, you know our support desk URL. Give me a 1. Give me a 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, cool. Give me a 0 if you don't know how to get a hold of us. Okay, you're lost. You don't know how to get a hold of us. You need some help. You need some more help. You don't know where to submit a ticket. Okay, great. We got a couple zeros here. Here's the information, web1support.com, and our phone number. Guys, we're a little different than most people in this space. We actually give out a phone number that you guys can call. You have problems, jump on a consult with Ryan. We're here for you. All right, let's do this. So I made all of you guys a big promise when you signed up for this webinar, and that was I was going to share with you guys our local domination method. This is the name that we came up with for this. So $15,000 in 30 days with just 30 minutes of work. All right. So this particular site's on target to do 180K per year with just this one time investment of 30 minutes. And I know that sounds like super ridiculously hypey, but it's true. Okay, so notice that I called this local domination method. But what I want you guys to know is that this works really well for affiliate stuff as well. So don't let the name fool you guys. All right. We're going to be jumping into the technique here, and I'll share some examples as an affiliate for you guys. So you guys see my screen now, full screen? Ryan, you see me full screen? We good? We good? Awesome.
Yes, sir.
All right, so guys, first I'm going to teach you guys the core process. I'm going to teach you guys how we used to do it. Okay, and then I'm going to teach you guys the new leveraged process. Okay, how we're taking this technique and literally slicing the costs. Okay, how we're slicing the costs and how we're cutting the time down to almost nothing. Okay, so how we basically got it down to 30 minutes or less. So stay on until the end. I mentioned this earlier. I'm going to give you guys our execution map and cheat sheet for this method. So make sure that you don't go too deep on this call. You just listen, you understand the concept. I'm going to show you guys how to execute it. And then at the end, I'm going to give you guys a cheat sheet because I want to make sure you guys can take it and run with it, okay? So I noticed in this space this year specifically, in the SEO space, in the local marketing, consulting, internet marketing space, the world that we all live in, that there's a lot of people out there teaching you guys strategies and selling you shit. Okay. And I need you guys all to give me a minute. What's your biggest problem in your business right now? Give me some feedback in the chat. What's the biggest problem in your business right now? Sales, okay. Fulfillment, okay. Why is that? Outsourcing, why is that? Keeping clients, getting clients, ranking, why is that? I want you to think about it for a second. Honestly, like why is that? Okay, look, at the end of the day, I don't know about you guys, but I'm extremely ADD. And most entrepreneurs, most of you guys on here are as well, or at least have ADD tendencies, right? So we're working on these tasks, we're head down, we're going through some training, we're trying to figure out something, and then we get an email about the latest and greatest push button machine or a 64-hour training course that we need to sit down and go through that we just must have, and we all just go, oh, look, hey, squirrel. And our attention is immediately gone, right? So then the next 2 hours or 2 days or 2 weeks, we play around with the purchase. We dream about it. We get completely off track. Okay, we get distracted. And then the same process starts all over. And shiny object syndrome, I feel like a lot of people call this that. What I like to call it is we all just have extreme ADD. Okay, so give me a 1 if I just diagnosed you guys in the last 2 slides. Okay, so I found that in my mastermind that this was really big, that this subject kept coming up over and over and over again. And I gave everybody in the mastermind that we have a little technique that I use to try to stay focused, and that has helped me a lot. I'm not saying that it's a magic bullet or it works 100% of the time, but I'm going to give you guys a little bit of my criteria for dealing with this. So hopefully you guys can take it and run with it as well. So for me, guys, I only buy something or pay attention to something. Buy or pay attention, right? So it's money and it's time, right? When I can implement something in the next 2 weeks. Okay, so how many of you guys bought something in the last week, something you looked at and you were just like, maybe I can get this in sometime down the road, and so you bought it, right? And it's just sitting there, okay? Or you bought it and you dive deep and you spent a ton of time on it, okay? A couple hours, a couple days, and you didn't end up doing anything with it, okay? Right? It happens all the damn time. So part 1 for me is I only buy something if I can fulfill on it in the next 2 weeks. Okay, if it's too much, it's too big, or it doesn't fit, I trash it. Okay, it doesn't get my attention. Okay, and then the second part of this equation has really done wonders for me. Okay, and it doesn't matter if it's training or if it's software, it's got to give me a couple of different things. Okay, so number 1, it's got to provide me leverage. If it's not a leveraged process, I don't touch it. Okay, and if it's not low-hanging fruit, meaning I can't get results fast, okay, it's not easy to grasp, it's not easy to achieve, it's not easy to deploy, I don't touch it, I don't buy it, I don't even go through the training. Okay, set it aside for later. So the big kind of formula for me, guys, is execution plus low-hanging fruit plus leverage is a grand slam. And Ryan, if you just do me a favor and type that in for everybody, I think this is really good. You guys know I'm not real like Tony Robbins, but this is a big problem in our space. I mean, this is a huge problem. Execution plus low-hanging fruit plus leverage is your grand slam, right? So a little bit of feedback from you guys. How many of you guys are spending your time, focusing your time on stuff that doesn't match this formula? Okay, again, how many of you guys are spending your time on this stuff or spending time on your stuff in your business that doesn't match this formula and you're struggling? Give me a one. Okay, and now the other side of this is going to make all of you guys think a little bit. How many of you guys are listening to people, coaches, trainers, people that are selling you stuff that only teach you guys stuff that don't follow this formula? Give me a one. Again, you're listening to people, you're taking time out of your life, you're buying stuff that don't follow this formula. Okay, again, the formula: low-hanging fruit, execution, leverage. And you have to be able to implement it in 14 days. Okay, stop it. All you have to do is stop it, guys. Use this formula to your business, to your advantage, and watch your business literally take off. All right? So, one little story here about leverage, which I think is so key and such a huge part of this formula, and then we're going to jump in. So, one of my coaching students, a guy who's in my mastermind, is successful. He's doing about 20 grand a month from SEO and Google Maps services. Came to me a little frustrated, stalled, and we had a call about 2 weeks ago. Okay, he's stalled, meaning he's stuck. He's maxed out with clients. He's doing about 20 grand a month. Okay, give me some feedback in the chat. Guess why he was stuck? Why was he maxed out? Okay, leverage, no more time doing it all himself. Okay, here's the thing. Every task that they were doing for his clients, and he has a team too. Every task that they were doing were one-off. Every single task took hours and hours to complete. Okay? Tasks that were quote unquote important, but ultimately could be swapped out for other strategies and techniques that would get his clients the same or better results, but actually had leverage too. Does that make sense? So I just spent literally 15 minutes mapping out his new client fulfillment plan. Okay, and everything in that plan had leverage. Okay, where you used to spend 4 to 8 hours in fulfillment for each client every month, he could literally chop down to an hour of his time. Okay, do you guys get this? Okay, again, execution plus low-hanging fruit plus leverage equals a grand slam. Okay? So think about this in your business. After we're done, take this and go use it. All right, local domination method. We're getting into it here. Let me stretch real quick. So $15,000 in 30 days with just 30 minutes of work. Imagine what that would do if you could provide that result to a client or you could provide it to yourself, right? Okay, so if you're doing lead gen, let's say that you're getting 10% of this revenue. Okay, that's 18 grand over the year for 30 minutes of work. Okay, what would that do? I'll give you guys a little hint. This strategy follows everything that I just talked to you guys about. Okay, so let's say that this is your site right here. It's a lead gen site for you, meaning you build the site, it's your asset. Or let's say that it's a client site. Okay, no matter what you do, right? It's a client site, you're doing SEO. Let's say that you have a task, you have a quota, you have a goal to hit. Okay, so this site is servprojacksonvillesouth.com, and this is all for water damage in the restoration niche. Okay, so you have this goal. Or let's say that you're required to hit this goal in order to get to the next pay level. Okay, and that goal is doubling the incoming leads. Okay, so take a look at the keywords that he's ranking for. Okay, he's ranking in Jacksonville really, really well, right? Water damage Jacksonville, water damage restoration Jacksonville, mold remediation. He's ranking pretty well, right? Traffic cost and SEM rush, $6,900 a month. He's ranking for 265 keywords. Okay, what would you guys do? Give me some feedback in the chat. What would you guys do to double the incoming leads? Will a recording of this be made available? No, it won't. There will be no recording. What would you guys do to literally double the incoming leads? Facebook ads, another geo market, AdWords, build more properties, get more traffic, go after higher search volume. Higher search volume is going to be hard, Joseph, right? It's going to take a lot of time. What do you do with leverage, right? How do you get this result fast? Okay, trying to get all these to rank number one, right? All these that aren't ranking number one right here, that's going to be difficult. What are you going to do to double your leads? Okay, again, low-hanging fruit, and does it have leverage? Okay, I can tell you guys personally that the biggest keywords right here listed, if you guys are in restoration or looking for a niche, I'm going to give you the money right here. Water damage plus city is the biggest keyword in this entire space. Okay, water damage plus city. So water damage Jacksonville, water damage restoration Jacksonville. Those are the biggest keywords in this space. And the reason why is if somebody has water damage, are they going to be shopping around? The commercial intent for these keywords is huge. Okay, literally, they're just trying to find somebody that's reputable. They're picking up the phone and calling and saying, can you get to my house right now, right? I have 6 inches of standing water in my house. Okay, so guys, I'm going to teach you guys exactly what I would do. This is how this technique works. Here's what I would do. I'd ask the company what their service radius was, meaning how far will they travel for work. Okay, so let's say it's small. Let's say it's only 30 miles. So they'll only travel within 30 miles of their actual office. Okay, so they're in Jacksonville. We're going to use this as an example. There's 22 cities and suburbs within 30 miles, their 30-mile radius. This is what you do, folks. You target your main keywords, right? Plus water damage. Water damage, Jacksonville. Jacksonville water damage. Fleming Island water damage. Orange Park water damage. Atlantic Beach water damage. Does this make sense? You take all of those keywords within their radius, all those cities, and you add water damage. Give me a 1 if everybody understands. Ding, ding, ding. We all got it, right? Okay, so here's the new keyword list. 22 new keywords to target, all with a unique city within 30 miles. Okay, so I'm sure by now somebody's going to be saying, all right, well, what do you do if you have a new site? So for ease of this conversation, would it be easier to rank for Jacksonville water damage? Jacksonville being a city with 842 plus thousand people. Okay, or Fleming Island water damage with 27,000 people. Which one? Smaller cities, right? Duh. Of course, Fleming Island. So I'm going after the low-hanging fruit either way. Okay, whether it's an existing site that I already have authority with, or if it's a brand new site and I don't have authority. Okay. So I'm sure by now somebody on here is thinking, yeah, dude, WTF, what's wrong with you? Come on, Joe. Those little cities aren't going to drive any volume. Can I get a 1 if anybody on the call is thinking that? Okay, we got a couple 1s, 3 1s, 4 1s out of all the people. Okay, that's not bad. So look, here's the thing about local search queries. They convert like a mofo. Okay, my average conversion rate on a local query like this is 33%, meaning 33% of the people that land on the page pick up the phone and call me, meaning 3 visitors roughly, and I get a phone call. Okay, so do you think that each of these 22 cities could get just 3 visitors a month to the landing page that I just built for it? Give me one. 3 visitors, right? That's all that I need. Okay, of course. Okay, and that would be 22 calls. There will not be a replay, CJ. 22 calls. Okay, so do you guys all understand why this would be my strategy? I'm going after the low-hanging fruit. This is easy, and I'm going to teach you guys in a second how to leverage the shit out of this. Cool? And just so you guys know, in this space, you guys know YP or yellowpages.com? You know how much they're charging for a phone call? Not a lead, a phone call in this niche. Just a phone call. Give me a number in the chat. 80, 60, no, way off. 45, 100, no, way off. 150, no. 200, more. 120, 150. They're charging $400 for one damn call. That call doesn't have to be a certain time limit. They don't have to book an appointment, nothing. $400 literally for just a phone call. Okay, so how many of you guys know that you guys could go in and you could just undercut YP.com? Right? Let me go pick up some of those clients. I'm not shitting you. This is a real number. You know how I know? Because I'm in this space. My mastermind students are in this space. Okay, I just had a client of mine, a student of mine, go up against YP.com, undercut them, charge $300 versus $400. Guess who just walked out getting $300 a call? My student, right? This is not hard. Okay, so no matter if you have a new site, a brand new site, you have an authoritative site, ranking for the low-hanging fruit is what I'm going to do first. That's going to give me momentum. And long term, I'm going to rank for the biggest, baddest keywords in the market. Okay, so get momentum, get your site moving in Google SERPs. Okay, a lot of people ask me, Joe, why don't you do a whole lot of affiliate stuff? Can you guys guess, based upon what we just talked about, why I don't do a whole lot of CPA offers or affiliate offers? I'm not saying I don't do some, but I don't spend much time on it. Which one pays better, local or affiliate? Okay, do I want to compete with all of you guys out there and all the SEOs, or do I want to make $400 for a damn phone call? Does that make sense? Can I get a 1? All right, cool. So I'm going to teach you guys this process. Pay attention. At the end, I'm going to give you guys this execution map. So I want you guys paying attention to the process. Don't get bogged down in the details. Don't try to write down every single step and every single detail because I'm going to give it to you at the end. Just pay attention. I want to make sure that you guys can grasp this. Okay. Step number 1 is we need to find all the cities and suburbs in the service area. Okay. If you're doing pay-per-call, you're doing lead gen, guys, the cool thing is you guys can pick up multiple clients. You guys can take a site in Miami and do a 60, 100-mile radius, and it's okay, right? Because you just pick up another client. Okay, so step 1 is find the cities and suburbs in the service area. Step 2 is we're going to do your keyword research for the local landing pages. Okay, so we have the cities now. What's the keywords that we want to rank for with the cities? So a little tip here. Typically, service plus city has the most volume. For example, water damage Jacksonville versus Jacksonville water damage. Okay? In terms of word order, that's it right there. Does that make sense? Okay? So typically we're going to rank for both of these, but in terms of word order for my on-page optimization and for my links, typically I'm going to go after service plus city. I'm going to randomize it, but that's going to be the thing I really focus on. So what we do is we build out one page for every city plus the main keyword, just one. Okay, and what we like to do is we like to find 2 to 6 very close-knit related keywords that have the most search volume in that space. Okay, so that we can optimize literally one page for each city. I don't want to have to build 5 pages for Flamingo Island. Okay, that's not low-hanging fruit. That's going to take too long. Okay, Ryan should be answering the chat, Kurt. Just understand we have right now 819 people on the call and the chat's blowing up, all right? So, guys, tell me right here, what are the big keywords for this niche? And I do know this niche, and these are the right keywords, right? What are the big keywords right here? 2 to 6, right? Very closely related keywords. What are they? Come on. We're not moving along until you guys get this, right? We have enough people on the call. I want all of you guys paying attention. All right, you guys got them. Okay, so water damage city, water damage restoration city, mold remediation city, and water removal city. Okay, these are the big 4. Okay, so these are the list of keywords that I want to target in addition to the city. Okay, so step 3, guys, is to plan your landing page. Okay, so by planning my landing page, what I really mean is I need to figure out what my page title is going to look like. I need to figure out what my permalink or my slugs is going to look like. And your permalink or your slug is what's in the URL bar, right? So I need to take my target keywords and I need to try to figure out how to get as many of them in the page title as possible without it looking like absolute shit. Does that make sense? So I'm going to try to get as many of these as possible, as many of my 4 target keywords in the title as possible. Okay. So for example, I would do city water damage restoration and removal, right? So Jacksonville, water damage restoration and removal. And for the slug, water damage restoration, right? I don't want the slug way too long. Okay. Can I get a 1? Everybody's on the same page. Okay, slug is what's in the URL. So it would be your city or your website.com/city-water-damage restoration. This is a basic SEO 101 type of question that comes up a lot. Joe, I have 50 keywords that I'm targeting. Do I have to make 50 different pages on my site? No. You want to take all the ones that are closely related like this and try to crunch as much of it into one page as possible. Okay, without it just looking spammy. Okay. So here's the thing. Mold is a great keyword. However, what happens typically is people have water and then mold is an after effect, right? We want the emergency calls. So on page, I'm going to talk about mold remediation Jacksonville or whatever city it is that we're targeting, but it's not near as competitive as the water damage keywords, right? So I'm going to focus on water damage in the page title and in the slug. And then on page, I'm going to get into mold remediation as well, because that's just an after effect of water damage. Okay. So the content of the page, I'm going to take each of my keywords and I'm going to make those H2s and I'm going to write a little bit about the service. So for example, my first H2 will be water damage restoration and then the city. My second one will be water removal and then the city. And the third will be mold remediation, Jacksonville, and the city. Okay, can anybody tell me why I took out that first one? Why there isn't an H2 for water damage and city? We got some SEOs on the call. It's too broad. It's over optimization. It's already in my H1. Plus, in the first section, it's water damage restoration. There's no reason for me to have a separate section for just water damage versus water damage restoration, right? It's just repeat. Okay. So this is the outline of what my page looks like. If you screenshot anything from this webinar, it should probably be this slide right here, because this is what everything looks like when we built out these local pages. Okay. So in the title, city water damage restoration and removal. In the slug, it would be url.com/city water damage restoration. My first content is going to be a header. It's going to be an H2, water damage restoration city. I like to put an image in the top left, and then to the right, my content. Then down below, water removal, and then city. Put some content about water removal underneath it, right? 2 to 3 sentences, all you really need. And then at the bottom, mold remediation city, right? I'm going to put 2 to 3, 4 sentences below it, and then I'm going to add another image, and I'm going to put it to the right just to adjust the page and make it look good. Okay? What's an H2? It's a heading, David. It's good for SEO. Check it out on Google. So I'm going to make one of these pages for every single one of those 20 plus cities that I'm going out after. Everybody got it? Can I get a 2? 2, 2, 2. We're all good to go. Next step, step 4. And again, guys, I'm going to give you guys my cheat sheet kind of execution map for this, okay? Different pages, yes. I will have 22 pages that look like this and that are tokenized for everything, right? Not the same content, though. I don't want the same page everywhere. Google's going to see that, not call my site very well. Okay? All right, so step 4 is we're going to write and review content. Okay, so guys, remember I told you that I was going to share with you guys the old process and the new process. This is part of the old process. Okay, remember I'm going to teach you how to shrink this down and get rid of some costs, but this is how we used to do it. We've been doing this type of thing for a very, very long time. Okay, so we used to use TextBroker for content. We still use TextBroker for content, just not for this example anymore. So if you guys haven't used TextBroker, I love it just because it's a cool marketplace. There's lots of writers there. And basically you order content based upon stars. Stars means how good of content you want. So we always use 4-star. I don't like 3. It's not as good as 4. And they have 5-star as well, but it's just too much. And there's not much difference between 4 and 5. So it costs about 2.5 cents per word. Okay. So if I go ahead and I build out 20 400-word articles to build all of these out, right? That's about $192. If I go crazy on the content, I do 800-word articles instead of 400-word. I want it to really be good in quality. I'd be looking at $384. Okay? So think about this. $15K in revenue in month 1, and I might have $384 or $192 invested in content. That's sick. Isn't that sick? Can I get a 1 if that's sick? If you can't hear me, you're going to have to log out and log back in. There's 847 people on the call, so you should be able to get back in okay. Okay, that's a sick investment, right? For you or your client. Okay, but we're going to get this down. Okay. Somebody said it's 10 times. Yeah, it's 10 times, but you only do this once, right? And then you keep bringing in the revenue and reaping the results month after month. So this whole process would take us about 1 to 2 weeks to get all the content finalized between placing the order, reviewing the order, and getting it all proofread and everything and ready to go. So then step 5 is we post all the content to the site, add the images that we talked about, the 2 different image spots, and then we like to link back to our services page where it's appropriate and do some nice internal linking. So to recap, these are the 5 steps. Okay, step 1, determine your cities to target. Takes about 30 minutes. Step 2, keyword research, about 15 minutes. Step 3, plan your landing page, about 30 minutes for you guys to get this all set up. Step number 4, order and review your content. That takes about 2 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks. If you're really, really good, you've gone through the process before, this isn't your first rodeo with TextBroker or another service like that, an on-demand kind of content marketplace, you can probably get it down to a week or 5 or 6 days. Step 5, post content to your blog, right? You're going to post all these 20 plus pages. You're going to add the images and the links. Take you about 3.5 hours. So total time investment, 2 weeks. Total spent in labor and writing about $450. So again, guys, remember, this is still part of the old process, and we're going to teach you how to get this down to 30 minutes or less in time investment and no money. But think about this. Even if this was it, this was all I was teaching you guys on this webinar, would this not be like a ridiculous tactic, right? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I would trade $450 for 15K in revenue every month for a client. Or if I was doing lead gen and charging him 50, or let's say 10% of revenue, that's $1,500 a month, 18 grand a year to me for $450, right? Give me a one if that's not like a stupid, crazy return. Somebody says 10 times per day, right? This strategy alone, if I just stopped right now, guys, this is gold. Okay, and nobody does this shit. So, of course, all of you guys would trade that. Okay, but lastly, somebody says my hair is on fire. Stupid awesome. Chat's just blowing up. So, lastly, whenever I teach people like really good techniques, somebody on the webinar, a handful of people, a small percentage is like, yeah, but I could never sell this, right? I mean, would a client be willing to pay a lot more than 415 or 450 bucks for a 15K per month in revenue to them, right? Of course. I don't believe it, Melody says. Okay. Well, you can get off if you want. This is easy. Okay. Example, let's say that you're selling roofing. Let's say that you are selling water damage. You know how much an average water damage job is? A small one, small, 4 to 6 grand. And that's if you're lucky. We've had jobs come through our lead gen sites, hundreds of thousands of dollars, Melody. So yes, it's very easy. Okay? So finally, let's leverage this. We're at 35, 36 minutes in. Okay, so I'm going to teach you guys how to leverage the hell out of this process. Okay, how to get this numbers down. Okay, where's the 15K figure coming from? Results. Okay, so this is the modified process. Okay, we've gotten down the time. Okay, so step one is we're going to enter the radius and prioritize. And guys, don't worry about the technicalities. I'm going to show you guys right after this, but let me run through it with you. Step number one, enter the radius and prioritize. Step number two, keyword research, 5 minutes. Step number three, build landing pages and source content, 10 minutes. Step number four, post content, images, and links, 0 minutes, because that's actually part of step number three now. We've got the total time investment down to around 17 minutes with me giving a little bit of a buffer here for you guys. And total spent, none. Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys now what we've been working on for literally like 7 months. It's so sad. It took so damn long. Before we jump in, though, would all of you guys give me a hell yes in the chat if you guys think that I over-delivered already, okay? And that you guys are happy for me to show you guys a way to hack this process down, okay? You guys want me to share with you how to do this, right? There is going to be something to buy for those of you that don't know it. It's not a new product because we don't sell that many products. It's one of our flagship products, and most of you guys haven't seen it. Most of you guys aren't using it. That's the reason that you guys are all on this call today. Okay, so this is a new feature as part of our Launchpad platform. Okay, Launchpad is an all-in-one WordPress control center. So I'm going to show you how we've gotten this process down. I'm going to walk you guys through this step by step because I want you guys to see how easy this really has become. So bear with me. It's going to take me a couple of minutes for me to get through every step. Remember, we took this like 2-week process and hundreds of dollars, and we've got it down to nothing. It takes a little bit to get through everything. Okay. So campaign name. I'm just going to do, we're going to do this for a mobile dent repair site of mine. Mobile Dent Repair Miami, and you can guess it. Most of you guys, if not all of you guys, should have seen this site by now, Mobile Dent Repair Miami. And then what you guys can do is you guys can either find cities and filter and search based upon cities, look at the population and everything based upon county or radius. I'll show you county real quick. What you do is you just put in the state, and then it'll show you all the counties, the population of the county, number of cities. But for most of you guys, what you're probably going to want to do instead is by radius. This is my preferred method. So actually, the zip code in Miami, let me grab this. I don't actually live in Miami. I live about 2 hours north of Miami. So let me grab their zip code. Okay. 33145. And I'm going to do, let's say, like a 50-mile radius. and click update. Okay, so here is all the data that came back. And let me try to make this a little bit bigger for you guys. I recognize it's a little small. Okay, so here's all the cities, right? Here's the population and here's the distance. Okay, and then I have 0 cities selected. But if I selected all of these, there would be 109. Okay, so we can dynamically build out 109 of these. So I'm going to click next. And then here what we can do is we can sort and we can sift and we can prioritize the order in which these posts get published to our WordPress site. Okay, so let me ask you guys something. If you guys were going to do this, where would you guys start? Okay, if your site's in Miami, would you go after the biggest populated area next? Okay, how would you actually go out in terms of priority? Okay, would you start with the biggest? Would you start with the smallest? What would you guys do? Just some feedback. Smallest, lots of smallest. Okay, lots of largest too. So I like to do something a little bit different. I like to take my top cities and basically start about a quarter of the way down. So if this was sorted by population, what I would do is I can drag and drop all of these. So let's get Key Biscayne, let's say at the very top. If that was about a quarter of the way down the list. Okay, Coral Gables moved down. Okay, great. Okay, so I can literally drag and drop my priority list, okay? So Coral Gables needs to go down. Okay, great. So what I do, guys, is I start about a quarter of the way off the top, right? Because I want the big bang, but I want the low-hanging fruit too. I want stuff that I can rank for quickly. So I don't want to start at the very bottom because it would take me a long time to get to the top of the list, right? We got a lot of cities here. Okay, so I start about a quarter of the way down the list, sorted by population. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Somebody says, looking at the Launchpad sites, the links aren't working on the main page. That's because we don't really sell this to the public. We haven't promoted Launchpad in many, many months. Okay, we're really still in kind of alpha. Okay, so next step, we have our cities selected. We had 109 cities. So next up, what we can do is we need to configure everything. So we are going to choose if we want to build a page or a post. And guys, for this, I like to do page. Can somebody say, give me some feedback in the chat on why I would build pages? Charles, I am going to do all of those cities, but I'm not going to do them all at once. Why wouldn't I do it all at once? Right? If I add 120 new pages to my WordPress site tomorrow, I went from 10 pages to 130. What's Google going to think the next time that they index it? Ooh, that's not really natural. That's suspicious, right? Pages don't really rank better. So I like to drip everything out first off. But the reason that I use pages versus posts is because I believe pages are set up to convert a customer better than a post. Does that make sense? Can I get a 1? That makes sense, right? A page is set up to convert people better than a blog post. Okay, cool. So you can also select a parent page. So if I wanted to, I could create a page on my Mobile Dent Repair Miami site that would be like services. And then all of these pages would be listed underneath. I can also select my template. So in this example, I'm going to use a full width template so that I know when somebody lands on the page, it's going to convert really, really well. Okay. Then I'm going to go down and I'm going to schedule submissions. Okay, and this scheduler is really slick. There are some other tools on the market that do some of what Local Spinner does. The problem is they're not natural. You're only doing posts or pages. You have no flexibility, and they submit all of them at the same time. Here, Google, go look at the 3,000 pages I just put on my site yesterday. That's bullshit. Don't use those. All right, enough of a tangent. So I can drip however I want. I can start my submissions to go out tomorrow or today or anytime. And then I can say submit one poster page every, and guys, this is all completely customizable. Days or weeks, or I could say every 1 week, every 4 weeks. I don't want to obviously delay it out that much. So let's say every 1 day let's do, how about 2 posts, okay? And as you configure it and tell Launchpad how you want to drip this stuff out, you're going to get the summary below, right? So it's going to tell you when it starts, it's going to tell you the total time to complete and the end date, okay, and how many total pages we're going to build. Okay, so next up, we're going to put in our content. Okay, guys, we are almost done. Give me a 2 if this is some cool shit. We are almost done. Okay, I pull open my resources, and I'll show you what I have here. So I did this work ahead of time just so it wouldn't take me 15 minutes to get all the content and images ready for you guys. So let me pull this up. Here we go. So I have a folder here with my content that is already ready to go. And then I have images for my image spots, right? So this first folder is for my top image, and then I'm going to put in a second image location in the bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to start filling this out, copying and pasting everything over, and showing you guys exactly how I do it. So I'm going to copy and paste. Forgive me if it seems a little slow. There are a lot of people on the webinar. 8:58 right now, and my computer's starting to lag a little bit. So there's my title. I'm going to spin in some different keywords to randomize my title. Dent repair techniques in, right? So all of those cities that I selected is going to tokenize here. And then here's the state and my phone number. Okay, for slug, I would do something similar. I would grab one of the tokens here. So here are the tokens: city, county, state abbreviated, state. So I would grab my city, and I'm just going to copy and paste this and put it up here. I'm going to do city and then mobile hyphen dent hyphen repair. And for those of you guys on the call, this is a great niche for you guys to start out with that you guys can rank really, really easy with, even if you're brand new to local or to SEO. So now in here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to optimize my content a little bit. I want my headers to be H2s. This is normal kind of SEO one-on-one type of stuff. Normal, let's do heading 2. And I'm going to go ahead and put my city in here as well. And then down at the bottom, I don't want this to be an H2. I'll make this an H3. And what you'll see is I actually put in my county here as well. And so it's a nice optimized page that's all spun. So all the pages aren't going to be duplicate. Okay. They'll all be randomized. So then what I can do is as I'm going through and I'm building this, I can preview what the article is going to actually look like. Okay. So the only thing that I have to do yet is add my images. And guys, I want to show you what we did with images. I am really, really proud of this. You guys can add media here, and what this does is it pulls from your guys' WordPress site all the images that you guys can use, right? These are all the ones on Mobile Dent Repair Miami right now. But what I can also do is I can upload images. Okay, and it uploads them directly to my WordPress. They're not stored on Launchpad. They're in the WordPress ready to go. Okay, then guys, I can add more images and I can spin them. So every one of these pages is going to be completely random with images as well. You guys get that? We are spinning the images. Okay, let me show you what I mean. Okay, and you guys don't have to be all techie and know HTML and everything. We're spinning it for you. I just added an image in here and it just spun it for me. I'm going to add another image in here. It's the third one. And it's going to automatically add it to the spin for me. It added it up here. Okay, I'm going to add another one. Okay, and I'm just going to keep going so that the content that shows up gets completely randomized. Okay, so that the page doesn't look like a robot just went and built it. So if Google comes and looks at it, it looks normal. It looks like a good page. Okay, so when you do this, what's going to happen is you're going to get this little box and it's going to have a little arrow through it. That's because we put in spin syntax, and technically the page is actually broke because of the spin. Okay, but what we did is I just put some spacing around the image, but when you hit preview, it's going to show you what it actually looks like. Okay, and when you hit reload, it's going to spin it again for you. See it changing the image every single time? Give me a 1 if this is like some hot shit, right? Like this is crazy. Okay, you guys should be spinning images. You should be doing this stuff, but most of you guys wouldn't do it because it's just too damn hard, right? Like it sucks even for me to do it. Okay, it's just a pain in the butt. Okay, it's super tedious. Okay, so then what I would do, I got an image spot in the top left. What I would do is I'd scroll down and I'd do another image spot and I'd do it in the bottom right this time, right? So I'm going to add media again. I'm going to choose my files. And this time I'm going to use it from my second folder. So these are all unique images. Okay, I'm going to add that one. I'm going to say that I want this one to be right aligned, let's say. I want to put in a little bit of of horizontal and vertical space so it's not right on top of my text, right? So it's nice and spaced out. And then I'm just going to add images just like I did the last one, right? So we're going to spin out all of these images. Okay, so we got 2 spins in there. Let's go ahead and let's just add, let's do 2 more. Okay, there's 1 more. And guys, I would do a lot of these if it wasn't just for the sake of time. You guys can see I have a lot here in this folder. All right. So, okay. So again, see how this kind of went, grayed out like it doesn't work? Again, that's just because we're spinning the content. Okay, preview. Oh, 2 images, right? Reload. 2 more unique images. Reload. 2 more unique images. Reload. 2 more unique images, right? Does this make sense? Can I just get like 1 holy shit like comment? All right, cool. So guys, I'm done. Okay, I've got 20 some odd. No, I got 109 cities selected. Okay, here's my title. It's all tokenized out, ready to go. And guys, I'm going to click next. And I'm going to get to the summary page. And this is going to show me everything just to make sure that everything's ready to go, right? That I don't want to make any edits. Let's say I want to edit my schedule. I just click this edit button. It's going to take me back to the edit step. Okay, if I want to change any of my preferences, click edit on the preference. It's going to take me back to that step. So you don't have to start all over again, right? Here's my title. Here's my slug, my permalink. Here's my spun content. And I can go up here and I can make sure it's going to look okay. I didn't mess up the spin syntax. It actually looks good, right? And this box is a little smaller than a normal WordPress post, so it's not going to look exactly like it would look, right? This image is going to look a little bit better in WordPress, right? But everything's in there, so I can make sure it's good. Here's the moment of truth. Submit. What this is doing right now is dynamically creating all of these pages and posting all of them and scheduling them to your blog. Okay, if I go to my site manager here, and by the way, if you ever mess up, you guys can hit delete right here, and it's going to delete all the pages and posts that it created. Okay, why did we do this? Because a lot of the tools out there that do stuff like this, they don't have that delete. You mess up, you're screwed. Okay, so this is posting. It says right here, status posting. But what happens if we jump into our site manager, we log into WordPress, we go to our pages. Check this out. I suddenly have 107 scheduled pages. And it'll jump up to 109 once it's done. If I hit refresh, it'll probably be 109 scheduled. Right? So that's it, fellas. I'm going to give you guys this execution map. Okay, so this is what comes in the execution map, and then literally step by step how to do this. I grabbed a bunch of the slides, and I'll give that to you guys in just 1 second. But what I didn't show you guys is I don't spin all of the stuff manually. Why don't I spin all this stuff myself? I'm sure you guys know. Because it sucks, right? It's horrible. Spinning is like one of the worst things that has ever happened to the internet marketing community. It's just freaking horrible process, right? So what I do is I grab content that already exists on my site or somebody else's site. I'll just swipe it. Okay, and then I go into spinrewriter.com and I have them spin it for me. Okay, why? Because I'm just not going to do it. It's going to stop me from doing it. Okay. Okay, so this is the execution map that you guys will get, and then literally each step broken down. And I'll show you guys how to do it with Launchpad, but also how to do the process if you guys don't have Launchpad. Okay. Can I get some feedback in the chat? Did I fulfill on my promise? Was this some good stuff? I know we're at 54 minutes. This went fast. All right, cool. So I said that there was going to be a pitch. So I'm going to do my best right here, right now, to get everyone on the call using Launchpad. Nobody that even has Launchpad was invited to this call. And we got 855 people on. Okay. So there's not going to be any replays again on today's call except for current Launchpad members. They got this stuff a couple of days ago. Okay. So I need you to realize, though, with Launchpad, local spinner is just one of the many features, right? I showed you guys local spinner because this is the case study, this is the process, this is the execution strategy that I taught you guys today. Okay, we have a couple of other really, really crazy pieces of technology inside of the actual Launchpad. I'm going to give you guys right now a link to buy. Okay, if you guys are ready to go pick it up, you guys can grab it. If you need to know more, I'm going to walk you guys through right now and show you guys some other stuff. So one of the big things that we just did, other content piece, leveraging content pieces that we just implemented, is something that we call the content poster. So writing content, spinning content, that stuff all sucks, right? Like it's annoying as hell. And because of it, nobody does it, right? On my local lead gen sites, they're all super thin sites, like maybe max 10 pages, right? Maybe 10 pages, right? Because it's just a pain to leverage that process. Okay, so we added in a new feature, and this works on pages or posts. Over here is something called import. And what I can do is I can do a search for content. So this is a mobile dent repair site. This is a weird little niche, right? Give me a one if you guys think that this is like a super weird little niche. Local spinner is included in Launchpad. Yes, it's one of the pieces. Mobile dent repair is tiny compared to everything else, right? Compared to attorneys, compared to appliance repair, compared to roofers, normal niches, right? So if I put in the keyword here, mobile dent repair, and hit search, this goes out and finds content for me. I can preview this content. I can select as much as I want. I can make sure I find just good content. I don't want to select stuff that's bad. If this is a bad article, I won't select it, right? But then what I can do right here, this big blue button right here, you see what this says? Spin and save as draft. So what's this do? Okay, we've integrated with Spin Rewriter. So what happens is right now it's spinning each and every one of these articles. It's sending the first article out to Spin Rewriter, and then it's saving as a draft inside a Launchpad. Okay. Then it's going to submit to your site as a draft as well. So you have the copy and so does Launchpad. Okay, so you can go back into Launchpad, you can edit it, and then you can in bulk, guys, literally go in and say, I want to schedule these 40 articles, and you can drip them out just like you drip stuff out with the local spinner. Okay, and let's say that the content is a little off or you're a perfectionist. I'm going to actually get out of this. So what you can do is you can go in, and these are just these four right here actually pulled from the local spinner. If you're a perfectionist, okay, you guys can still go in and look at the content, and you can go in and you can edit it, right? You can make sure it looks okay before you schedule it, right? So these four are ones that I just pulled yesterday from the content poster. What I would do when they were drafts is just go to schedule posts, and here we go, schedule submissions, and I can drip them out however I want. Okay, so for one of our sites that we just set up, a lead gen site, I scheduled about 100 pieces of content that I actually reviewed and made sure the content going out was okay in about 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Okay. And we got a bunch of other crazy, crazy features as well. I mean, it doesn't stop there. So we have the content poster, which I just went through, the local spinner. We auto back up all of your guys' WordPress sites for you. We can auto back them up to Google Drive, to Dropbox, to Amazon S3. Why do we do that? Okay, because I don't know about you guys, but I've been hacked a million times. I've screwed up sites a million times, and then it's back to the drawing board. Go hire a developer or find somebody to fix it. This covers your ass. Okay, the other thing, guys, is once you build out a successful local niche. Okay, we're talking about local because why? Right? Because we talked about this earlier. Because you make more money with local and it's easier than the other stuff. Okay, but you could do this with other stuff. I don't know why you would, but once you build out a successful site, let's say in Miami, you can then take that site, you can take your backup that we do for you, and you guys can clone that to another city and literally do a find and replace and get rid of Miami and put in Toronto everywhere the site says Miami. Okay, let that sink in for a little bit for you. There is no duplicate content on a local level. You want to prove it? Go out in the top 50 cities in the United States and do a search for city plus mobile dent repair. And you guys will see our sites and our student sites literally kicking the shit out of everybody. Okay, you guys have an all-in-one control panel. The whole goal is for you guys not to have to log into over and over and over into WordPress. And remember all those logins for all of your guys' WordPress sites. And it works with every site that's on WordPress. How many of you guys have over 10 WordPress sites? Give me a one in the chat. How many of you have over 10 sites? I'm hooking you guys up with unlimited sites. Okay, you guys can literally add unlimited sites to Launchpad. Okay, and most of you guys on the call are Cinewire customers. What happened with Cinewire? How many times did we change pricing? Okay, it's just going up. The buy link is actually, guys, already in the chat. Okay, I want to take care of you guys. I want to get my best customers in first. I want to take the people that took time out of their day to jump on the call, to learn something, to take action. I want to hook you guys up. That's why there's not any replay. Okay. So we auto update WordPress themes and plugins. Why? Because I don't want you guys to wake up like I did one day and get a report from somebody on your team that a whole slew of your sites have been hacked and hacked bad. All these sites, there's over 100 sites got de-indexed by Google. Links in the chat, guys. Why? Why'd they get de-indexed? Because I got hacked bad. Okay? What are the biggest vulnerabilities with WordPress? What are the biggest vulnerabilities with WordPress? Plugins and themes, and them not being up to date. Right? Let's keep them up to date. Literally add your site to Launchpad, and that's it. We'll keep them up to date for you. You can obviously publish content, pages, posts. You can use the import content, or you can write your own content. Okay, what we just added in the last couple of weeks as well is we added some KPIs. KPIs meaning key performance indicators. So for all of you guys that that are doing SEO, what are your key performance indicators? What do you need to know to make sure that your sites are healthy? How about your index pages in Google, right? Did your site get de-indexed? Okay, what's your Moz domain authority? Okay, did the site go down? We keep track of your guys' site load time as well as every single time your site goes down. Okay, not only if it went down, but what if you have a 404 error or your site's returning a 500 and literally your site's not loading, Google's crawling it and your rankings are about to plummet. All of that you guys can see literally from the dashboard. Okay, you guys can control basically all of your WordPress settings for each and every one of your sites right from here as well. Okay, you guys can install and manage your plugins. And you guys, if you happen to actually need to log into WordPress, you can one-click log in to WordPress. Okay, no more remembering all those damn passwords. Can we integrate with cPanel? cPanel is like the biggest hosting provider, the biggest hosting control panel out there. So here's the deal. As of right now, can you guys all see this right here? 786 people on the call. Okay, we're at the end. I'm going to hook you guys up. When we hit 100 licenses sold, the pricing's going to go up. Okay? $499 per year. Okay? This saves you guys over 60%. Over 60%. What about UK, Joe? Kevin, everything works in the UK for Launchpad. We have customers in the UK, except for the local spinner. It's only built with the United States. Okay? Somebody asked, is the PBN templates you taught us about before included? Yes. How many of you guys build PBNs right now? How many of you guys build PBNs? Yes, this is grandfathered. You get in here, we don't raise the rates on you. All of you guys are old Cinewire customers. A lot of you guys are. Have we ever raised the rates on you? No. You guys get grandfathered. We take care of our charter members. Okay? So all of you guys that build PBNs, I haven't even told you guys this yet. So we have something called a marketplace. Every month that you're a member of Launchpad, you get access to 1 credit. We give you 1 free credit to the marketplace. Look what's in the marketplace. All these done for you sites. You want to look at them? Okay, great. Here's an HVAC site ready to go. Literally that you guys can take the backup of and clone it onto your guys' hosting, switch out Miami with the find and replace for your city, and you have an HVAC site up in about 5 or 10 clicks of your mouse. No logging into cPanel, no doing FTP, no creating databases, none of that shit. Okay? For those of you guys that I was just talking about that build PBNs, one of the biggest problems with building PBNs is you have to vary your footprint, right? You have to create sites that don't have the same plugins on it. Okay? But you still need an SEO plugin. You still need a contact form plugin. You still need like your privacy policy plugins. You still need about 6 different types of plugins. Okay? And if you're building PBNs and you want to know more about this, go check it out on Digital Triggers. But here's what we did. We put in all of these done for you PBN sites where they're completely randomized. Okay? So we installed a theme that matches our criteria, and then we randomized all the different types of plugins. Check this out. So here's 10 different randomized sets for you guys to use. If you build PBNs, can you just give me like a holy shit, right? Like this is a huge timer. This is 30 to 45 minutes for every single PBN that you guys built. Okay? So guys, I'm giving you my all. Literally, this is the best deal that I can do for you guys. $500 for the year. Okay? If you can't afford the yearly, you can get in at $99 a month. You're just not going to save yourself $600. Okay? If you guys have questions, you guys can call Ryan. 561-841-1832. If you have like 1 or 2 questions that are stopping you guys from buying, I'm just going to put in the number in the chat. 561-841-1832. He's extension 2. Do yourself a favor. If he doesn't answer, leave a message. We still have 740 people, 720 people on here, and he, I'm sure, will be a little bombarded. So I'm going to do one more fast action bonus for you guys. So how many of you guys feel like you need a niche, right? You don't know where to start. Let's say maybe you're new, you're green, right? You're new to this. You don't know what to do. Okay, or let's say that you are in affiliate stuff, and me talking over the last hour has made you say, holy crap, I really think that I should be doing local instead of affiliate. Give me a 1 in the chat. Any of you guys on here like this? You want to change? You want to go back to local? You want to go to local? So here's the thing, guys. I talked about water damage on this call. I just added last week the water damage niche to Launchpad as one of the done for you sites. You guys can take the site, rip it, and go run with it. Okay? And inside the training inside of Launchpad, I show you guys exactly how we're SEOing our sites, how we're getting ranked in Google Maps, how we're tracking everything, literally soup to nuts. I took a $500 training that we used to sell and basically give it to you guys inside of Launchpad. Okay, I think it's about 3 hours of SEO training and point and click and exactly what we do. But I want to do something else. I want you guys making revenue right away because I know if I can get you guys revenue right away in the door, you guys aren't going anywhere, right? You guys are going to stick around for a long time. So I want to do one more training that's going to talk about how to get water damage clients for 200 to 300 bucks a call, right? I told you guys at the beginning of this webinar that ypyellowpages.com is charging $400 per call. Okay, I'm going to teach you guys how we're selling this. Okay, what's the pitch? How do we get people's attention? Okay, and I'm going to be bringing on with me somebody that's actively selling to this market that's getting $200 to $300 a call, and I think sold just last week, I think his 7th or 8th water damage client in the last couple of months. Okay, getting $200 to $300 a call. Is that cool? So I don't want anything stopping you guys. Okay, I want to give you guys everything that you need. Okay, so guys, again, web1.co/spinner. web1.co/spinner. I got to take a sip of water. And guys, if you have questions, what I want to do right now is I want to start tackling those. So if you bought, just let me know in the chat. Just say I'm in. And if you haven't, just go ahead and let me know in the chat what's stopping you, right? What's the big question that you have? So somebody wants to know how many credits do we get to the marketplace? So you get 1 every month that you're a member to Launchpad. Okay, so when you guys buy today, or if you buy today, when you log in, you're going to have 1 credit. So you guys can literally go grab that water damage niche or one of the other 14 or 13 other niches in there, or the PBN sites or anything else. Okay. And then if you guys want to buy more credits, you can buy them right through the marketplace. All right. But you have to be a member of Launchpad just to even get access to the marketplace. Would like to know more about Launchpad, Peter says. Hey, Peter, go click on that link, web1.co/spinner. I showed you guys basically 2 features of Launchpad, the content poster and the spinner, and then I just really quickly went through the other features. The sales page, if you guys go to web1.co/spinner, is going to talk about everything that we didn't talk about today. Okay, the spinner's so new and the content poster that it's not even listed on the sales page, but it'll share with you all the other stuff that you get inside. All right. Do the original Launchpad subscribers, when it was launched, still get all the new stuff? Of course. Paul, I always take care of our charter people, right? You guys come in a month ago and I offer a new bonus down the road. Guess who gets it? You guys get it, right? Does this work with Cinewire? Yeah. If you go look at Tony, like every case study that I do with Cinewire, it's one of these sites that's controlled by Launchpad. When you guys are submitting content, you guys can actually hit a button when you're submitting a post or a page, and it'll automatically submit the content to Launchpad too, or to Cinewire too. So there's so much good stuff that I can't even share with you, or we'll literally be on this call for hours. Hey, John G, hit up Ryan, buddy. The water damage site is listed. It's under restoration. Okay, restoration. Joseph? Let's see. Scott says, question, please clarify the spinner finds suburbs around the city, but you use Spin Rewriter to actually spin the content. Yes. So the local spinner dynamically creates all of the pages and takes you step by step through that wizard. You then can, in order to put in spun content, can either spin it yourself or you can use something like Spin Rewriter. I just personally use Spin Rewriter because I'm not going to spin it by hand. Do you plan to extend the countries and local spinner like UK, for example? Peter says, I'm sure, Peter, as long as we get our customer base wanting it, we will for sure, right? If I don't hear from anybody that they need UK support, or if I only hear from one person, then we probably won't be, right? As long as the demand's there, we build it for you guys. Can you explain that again about duplicate content and local? Yes, sure. Alex, duplicate content doesn't exist. For example, if you want an example, if you don't believe me, okay, go out and do searches. Well, first, go to Wikipedia. Pull a list of the top 50 cities in the United States. We have members that have used a done-for-you site inside of Launchpad, right, for mobile dent repair, and they rank for over 50% of the top 50 cities. So city plus mobile dent repair. Okay, duplicate content doesn't exist on local level. Take a site with the same content and pump it out a million times, you're not going to get whacked. All right, welcome, Mike, Umair. Good to see you. Julian, Alan, Steve, Greg, Troy, Sergio, Amy. Good to see you guys. Cool. So if anybody has any problems ordering, just get in touch with our support team, 561-841-1832. An extension 2 for sales, or you can just hit the main extension. It's okay. No one is answering, Julian says. Yeah, I'm sure we're getting slammed, Julian, buddy. So just leave a message, all right? We'll give you a call back today. Patrick says you're using one hosting account, and how do I set everything up? Patrick, we go over how we're using hosting accounts in the system, but basically we use a couple different hosts, and then we just rotate between the hosts. But they're all cheap shared hosting that cost us a couple of bucks a month. Nothing crazy. We don't spend a lot of money on hosting for these local sites because they're not big and heavy, and they don't need crazy expensive hosting. Man, you guys are plowing through in these questions here. I'm trying to answer as fast as I can. Can we start with the monthly and then upgrade to the annual later? You can, Greg. I don't know how long we'll be keeping the upgrade available, but as long as we have it available, man, you can. I don't plan on taking it out next week or next month, but at some point we may. So as long as you upgrade before we take it away, man, for sure. Ilya says, how do I get my login again for Launchpad? Just hit up support, Ilya. I hope I'm saying your name right. How do you handle the navigation of so many pages? Tim Parker says, hey, Tim, great question. So what I would do is not do 190 at a time. If you're worried about the internal linking and navigation, I keep those pages out of my primary navigation, like the header. And what I would do is like a service page and then maybe by county in order to trim that list a little bit. So you don't have 90 pages without a parent page, if that makes sense. Hey, Ron, I'm sending you a message in the chat. That's the site that I was talking about when we were on the phone the other day, buddy. Will you share the water damage $200 to $300 per call strategy on the webinar? Yes, of course, David. That is going to be in the training after the webinar, right? So next week at some point, I just got to get our special guest booked up as well with me, and I'll let all the Launchpad members know. So no need like submitting a support ticket or asking it or whatever. I will email each and every one of you guys when we're having the training, and then we'll throw it inside the members area. No PayPal option. Sorry, Mark. So Doyle says, what if the market is national and not just in local markets? Great question, Doyle. So let's say that you're going after an affiliate product, right? Let's say that you're going after weight loss, or you're going after security systems and it's across the nation, or you're going after DirecTV or Dish Network TV installations. And the reason that I mentioned those three, Doyle, I hope they're spot on for you in terms of an example, but those are three of the biggest kind of CPA affiliate offers out there on a national level. This strategy works the same for those offers. If you go and you look in like a site like SEMrush and look at the people that are crushing those offers, that are buying traffic, that are ranking everywhere in Google, they all have these sites with these directories, right? They all have these city pages built out. Don't believe me? Go look. So if you guys have any problems ordering again, we're here for you. Everybody's trying to hit it really, really hard right now, trying to buy. So we got you covered. All right, so guys, I want to give you guys the slides for today as well. So I'm going to paste these in the chat. These aren't all the slides. This is the execution map and kind of the cheat sheet, if you will. I pulled out all the important stuff for you guys. Don't use that first link. It's formatted wrong. Let me fix it for you guys. Can I get some quick feedback? Did you guys like kind of the execution map, like step-by-step type of angle, and me sharing with you this kind of at the end, right? The step-by-step stuff. Is this cool? You guys want to see more of this? I'd love to hear some feedback. I think it helps personally. It helps me execute. It helps my team execute. Yeah, awesome, cool. I love checklists, very helpful, awesome guys. You guys are fantastic. So this is kind of what I will be sending you guys, this slide, and then literally each of the slides walking you guys through the process, what this page should look like when you actually build it out, where it is in Launchpad, how you spin the images, the summary page, and hitting submit, and then some of the other pages in there as well. So how many of you guys just want to see Launchpad? Would that be helpful? For those of you guys still on. All right, somebody said it. I just wish that I had the money. There is, guys, there is a $99 a month plan for you guys. So web1.co/spinner. Whoop, if I spell it right. I'll put this again in the chat for you guys. There's a $99 a month plan, and you guys can upgrade, right? So if you're a little strapped on cash, just jump in there and go from there. Let's see. Ron says he got some kind of error and he's not sure what's going on. Ron, just call us if nobody picks up the phone. Just understand that they're on the other line. Leave a message, please, with your contact information and your email that you try to purchase with, and they'll get back to you guys today yet. Can you demonstrate an affiliate offer? I just did, right? Okay, so ranking for something like Miami security system, you guys could go after an affiliate product like ADT security systems. It's one of the biggest offers out there in the marketplace, right? And if you go and you look, guys, at sites like this is a big directory site that is doing something like the local spinner. Okay, check this out. Home Security Miami. This is all about Miami. This is all dynamically inserted information, right? So if we go back, look, Florida. What is this, guys? This is basically the local spinner. The problem is none of these sites use WordPress. They're big, huge, dynamic sites. Okay? So it's not really a solution for you. Guys, we've been building these dynamic sites for years. The problem is they require a developer to build them, or you're not getting any flexibility, any dripping, any spinning images, things like that. All right? Yes, you can definitely, Hassan, use this in the UK without the spinner. You can use every other feature, okay? So jump in, buddy. Do you have rank in Google Maps area to get calls? Do you have to? I'm not sure, Kurt, exactly what your question is. You don't have to rank in Google Maps. I like Google Maps, though, and I'll teach you guys exactly how we do it inside Launchpad. It cost me about $250 to rank in Google Maps, and that return is like the best return that I could ever get, bar none. Google Maps is an insane return. And if you guys are doing lead gen or anything on a local level, you best be doing Google Maps. Local spinner is what replaces every city. Exactly. Builds the tokenized pages for you. Dwayne P says he's in. Welcome, welcome. Link for the 100. So let's see where we're at, guys. All right, it looks like we are at about 80 sales so far out of the 100. Okay, so we got about 20 more spots left, and we're about to shut down the webinar. So James said he paid, but there was an error. Guys, if there was an error, trust me, you guys are in. I'll get you all guys all the bonuses. Just do me a favor and call and leave a message on our support line. Again, I'll put it in the chat again for you. But just leave a message with your email, and we'll reach out yet today and make sure that you're all set up and ready to go. Cool, cool, cool. Michael says, what happens after 100 sales? All the bonuses go away, buddy. How many done-for-you lead gen sites are included? 1 credit a month, Jimmy. So if you buy the yearly, basically you bought for the year, right? Every month you get a credit. You'll have 12 credits. Okay, or if you buy the monthly, 99 bucks a month, you can go in there and you can buy another credit for 99 bucks, right? You go sell a done-for-you site, which we have students do all the time. They'll go sell a done-for-you site and they don't have the credit, but they just sold it for a couple $100, $1,000. They'll come in here and they'll just literally buy. All right, so you can say get more credits. Let's say you go sell a site for $100. You're like, hey, I just need 1 credit. Here you go. Okay, you can just buy another credit as well. Let's see, Mike said he did get some kind of an error, but he received the login email. Awesome. Cool, Mike. Cool, cool, cool. Chris Hanna, dude, it's awesome to see you, man. Covered that a little bit ago. What I like to do is build like a location page, and then I will put all the links on the location page. 2 are actually local spinner generated pages. I don't want to get into that too much on the webinar because I don't really want to give away the secret sauce, right? Jump in. I'll help you guys with that. Hosted by us or you, Dustin Miller, dude. It's good to see you. Hosted by you. Yes. So basically what you do is just go in and I got logged out. Let me log back in here. So basically what you would do to clone a site, I'll just walk you guys through it real quick. And again, guys, there's just a lot to cover in here. It's very simple and easy to use. There's a lot of features. This thing's very powerful. It would take me a long time to go through everything. But what you would want to do is go into Manage cPanel and you add in your cPanel accounts, right? And we have tutorial videos walking through everything, right? So the first time that you go to add new cPanel, you're going to get a message with a little video showing you how to do it. Okay. I was bumped out. Can I still get the link? Yeah, web1.co/spinner. And again, I think we have about 20 spots left. And then the bonuses, the fast action bonuses are gone. So I would add a new cPanel account in here, Dustin. I would buy one of the done-for-you sites, whichever one I want, or you guys can use your own backups. Okay, then I go to Clone cPanel. I click Add New Clone. I give it a name. Testing webinar, we'll call it. Guys, this is slick. I choose what cPanel account I want to put it on, and then I can install it on a main domain or an add-on. For this example, I'll just do an add-on. So I'll do like A2 Jupyter webinar test, and then it'll put it, I'm sorry, install on main domain, I'm sorry. Create subdomain, sorry. All right, so this is just going to set it up on a temporary site for me since I don't have an actual URL in here. And I would just put in a password, right? Not a password like that, probably one you want to remember. But then you select your backups, right? And under your backups, if you've imported backups that you guys have done with Launchpad, you guys can literally back up any site and use the cloner. Okay, or you can get any of the done-for-you sites that you buy, right? So let's say I wanted to take the Brick Pavers one. I would click next, and literally, guys, this is building out the site for me. It's installing WordPress, it's uploading everything, it's creating the database, it's doing everything. Okay, there's nothing else to be done. This is at 20%. I walk away from my computer, I go get a cup of coffee and come back, and it's literally cloned out this site for me. Do you have an attorney done-for-you site? We don't yet, Maury. I'm sure we will. We have another 9 or 10 niches that are coming out by the end of next week. So now it's extracting all the files, uploaded it first, it created the subdomain, it connected to cPanel. So you guys can literally watch all of the steps. Let me show you while it's doing this exactly what niches we have right now. So HVAC rehab, that's drug and alcohol rehab, roofing, veterinarian, dentist, brick pavers, carpet cleaning, catering, landscaping, mobile dent repair, moving, pool building, and then obviously we have all the PBN stuff that we talked about, and then the restoration site. Whew, guys, I am about out of breath. Cool, cool, cool. Let me know. Let me know. Any other questions, guys? Let me know in the chat. I think we're about to hit 100. We were at 80. We are at 93. All right. So, any last questions, guys? Dude, it has been awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed today. Even if you don't get in Launchpad, I think it would be foolish not to. Whether you're going to use the local spinner or not, it would be foolish. But even if you don't get in, do yourselves a favor and at least, I'm going to put this in the chat one more time, at least go get this execution map, right? Go get everything that I put together for you guys. So at least you guys can run with this. You can go use it, do it the manual way, at least make some money, and then come back and jump into Launchpad, right? Super awesome. Time to make some Christmas money. You got it, Steven. Ryan, Charles, it was awesome talking to you guys. All the best, all the best. All right, guys. I am going to go away. Again, I'll put up the slide with the link to order. I'm going to go away for a second. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to get a drink of water. And I'm sure Ryan is still in here in the chat. Hopefully, he can answer your guys' questions. If not, give us a call on the phone. It was super awesome hanging out with you guys today. I can't believe there's still almost 500 people on this call. Again, if you don't jump on, at least download this stuff at web1.co/free. And by all means, guys, go jump into digital triggers. Like, we spend so much time, resources, and money like giving you guys awesome shit and just giving it away. Just at least go jump in there and go start executing, make some money, right? Have an awesome weekend. Thanks for spending your Friday afternoon with me. I'll talk to you guys all soon. Peace. All right, guys. I'm back and I'm in the chat. I'm answering a bunch of questions. So if there's something holding you back from getting in today, let me know. I'm gonna have to jump off in just a couple of minutes, but let me know if there's something stopping you. I'm in the chat for a couple more minutes. Have a fantastic weekend. Peace. Hey guys, the webinar is over. I am just answering questions on the chat. We got a couple people that just got on, said, shoot, I missed it. You missed an awesome one. We are officially ending this. I am just answering some questions and support. If you guys are in the chat here, if you have any questions, let me know. We still have like 250 people on. Let me know if you have any questions. I got to jump off in a second. We'll talk soon. Have a good weekend, folks. Peace. All right, I'm officially signing off. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. If you had any errors or any problems, submit a support ticket at web1support.com or give us a call 561-841-1832. And if you call us and we don't answer, just make sure that you leave a message. Okay, leave a message with your name and your email and your phone number so we can figure out exactly what happened and get you fixed up right before the end of the day today. All right. My team's going to be working around the clock yet for the next couple of hours to make sure that all new Launchpad customers got taken care of. All right. Have a fantastic weekend, guys. Signing off. Sayonara.